Hey man, say man, it's the real underground. Y'all just talking. We is in the streets, and we got special guests in the building, like we always do about this time. DefJam music executive MJ, aka Micheal Jackson, man. Some of y'all might know, some of y'all might not know. But we gonna tap all the way in tonight, man. So make sure y'all hit that share button. Get your popcorn ready. Finna go all the way up, man. Y'all know Arkansas, we up next. Shout out to my boy T Stacks. You did. I had to come into the show with that bitch. I'm from Arkansas. Represent that Marianna, that Northeast Arkansas. If you know, my boy right here, Mike Jackson, is representing Marianna, but a lot of people might not even know that. You feel what I'm saying? They don't even know. Right here up on our nose, we got major figures in the music industry. People always talking about Arkansas not in the industry, or we trying to get in the industry, but hey man, we got somebody in the industry. We got an implant, I guess you can say. You know what I'm saying? They might been hitting you up or inboxing you since ever since I tagged you in the post saying sign me. Ain't no tell this might be a bad thing for you, MJ. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. But before we start, man, everybody hit that share button. Let me go ahead and hit my share button. Matter of fact, while I'm telling y'all to hit y'all share button, let me go ahead and hit my share button. Shout out to everybody who been following, tapped in with the Real Underground page. Let me go to the page right quick. MJ, go and introduce yourself right quick, man, while I'm hitting my share button to get our people loaded up.
Yeah, man, from Marianna, man, like you said, MJ, currently the West Coast director, promotion and lifestyle marketing for DefJam. Been here for about 5 years, and man, like I said, glad to be on the underground radio, man. It's always a blessing to tap in, bro. So glad you had me.
Hey man, so check this out, man. I think I only know how I began following you on Facebook. Somebody might have tagged you or something. I don't know, but I seen you was from Arkansas, and I seen you was like working with Def Jam, or you was in the industry. I'm like, I try to stay abreast with people I need to know. So so I'm a networking type ass person. So I began following you. So I try to keep up with the movements, but I've been seeing you doing a lot of big things lately. Like so I seen you was at the White House. I've been seeing you been getting promotions with Def Jam, but how did you even get with from a kid from Marianna? How did you even end up with like a staple record label in the hip hop community? Like, how did this happen?
You want me to start from the beginning, or you want to start from like the industry beginning? It's like two ones. I can
Man,
take from
let's
Marianna to LA, or I can take you from LA to Def Jam. Which one you want?
let's do this. Let's go from Marianna to LA.
All right, from Marianna to LA. All right, so like I said, from Marianna, from the West Side, Actors Projects. My dad was a DJ in the town. He was the guy who locally sold like all your mixtapes and DVDs. That was my dad. And that's how I kind of started, man. I started with him, like just basically
What's his name? So they might know him out there.
JJ.
Okay, and it's a DJ name.
Well, yeah, it's DJ now. He passed away like about 6-7 years ago. But yeah, back in the day, a lot of people from Marianna was very familiar who my dad was.
DJ JJ.
Yeah. But he used to DJ in his earlier days, but everyone just know him as JJ. He didn't have a
Okay.
DJ. It's JJ.
Okay.
Yeah. And so everybody that obviously is from the town knows who he is. We used to sell them out our crib. So, we used to sell mixtapes and DVDs out the crib. So that was like the start. And then, from there, man, like I was kind of like just any other young kid in Arkansas, man, trying to get on. I was rapping for a little bit and producing, and I used to hang out with all the crew, man. I'm pretty sure you know all these guys like T Stacks. I've been knowing since I was 13 to 14, Vale, Cash Riches,
Yeah.
Young Tech. I've been knowing these guys. I grew up with these guys,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And started off there, man, and then in high school, kind of went to a lot of summer camps. Went to Grammy camp in 2012. Went to a music camp at Berkeley College in Boston, and that was like high school days. And then I graduated. I went to Euler in 2012, and I studied in the mass communications department. And I used to intern at Power 92. Is it Power 92? Yeah,
Yeah.
Power 92. As an intern with Trey Day, and so I was kind of like his protege in like 2014. And Trey really kind of like just kind of like introduced me to everybody. And then in 2016, I interned at this iHeart radio station in Little Rock on Colonel Glenn. It was this iHeart radio station.
But that's where the Metro place used to be at.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Right. It used to be the Metroplex. Yeah. And it was like a country rock station though, right? It wasn't like hip hop or no shit. But I used to intern there because like I just wanted to have like iHeart on my resume.
Okay.
So I was interning there, and then I met this lady who I actually ironically talked to today, from London. That's just a strange story. I met this lady from London, who worked at Atlantic Records. This is why I was interning in Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
And we met through someone at the radio station, and she kind of really just was like, yo, like if you want to work in the music industry, you got to move to LA or New York. And so when I graduated college, I moved to LA in 2016. And I got an internship at Atlantic Records in like 2017. And I interned at Atlantic for like a year, not like 3-6 months. Then I got my first job at the Recording Academy, which everybody knows is the Grammys, in the mailroom. And I did that for about a year. And then I met a guy who I was delivering mail to, knew someone that was hiring at DefJam, and was just like, yo, it's an opening, it's an assistant position. Would you be interested? I was like, yeah. And he put a word in for me, and I got hired at DefJam as an assistant in 2018. And I was an assistant for like 2 years. And then I got promoted to be a manager for like a year. And then just of April this year, I got my director's right.
So, like when you see movies and people like, yeah, I started out in the mailroom.
Yeah, like that was not real shit. I mean, it's true. I was an intern and in the mailroom, bro. Like I got a documentary that I've been working on, bro. But it's like clips of me being in the mailroom, bro. Like literally delivering packages, mail, shipping out shit, like all that stuff, man.
So did you have intentions on when you was going to Eula and doing the stuff, working at Power 92? Was your intention like I want to be in the music industry and work for a major record label?
Yeah. I mean, I always wanted to be in music. I think since a kid, you know what I'm saying? Like just being around, because I grew up with it. My dad was a DJ, so like it was music all the time. And then obviously, like most of us, like I was an aspiring rapper for a long time, but I realized I wasn't good as I thought I was. And then I was just like, man, like I want to be in music, but I don't think I'm good enough to be a talent. And then I kind of like, you kind of learn about like the Diddy's and the Dame Dashes. And I'm like, yo, these guys, outside of Diddy, obviously aren't musically inclined, but they work in music. So that was kind of like the blueprint for me. Like when I went to college, I was like, I want to be behind the scenes more so in front of the scenes. And obviously it worked out in my favor.
So what was some of your job roles when you was like obviously in the mail room you was doing some mail shit, but like when you was some of those roles you just described, like the assistant, and what was you doing? Was it totally non-related to music? You was just working your way up through the ranks knowing that eventually you're gonna get your break?
Yeah, I mean, when I was an intern at Atlantic, that was kind of like my first, like nigga, I'm from Arkansas, I'm at Atlantic Records, bro. Like yeah. I was just like, yo, and this is like the Bruno Mars. This is right before Cardi B took off. And so like I got a chance to work on all those projects as an intern.
Like what was you doing?
Man, basically like all the intern work, bro. Like, fucking getting receipts for expenses, booking travel, fucking setting up meetings. What else I was doing? Like just all like the grunt work shit, like doing Excel spreadsheets, sending out, shipping out CDs and vinyls and shit to radio stations. Just like all the grunt work.
Yeah.
And in the mailroom, kind of the same thing, where I was just like, I go to them, I get there every day, go through all the mail that got delivered, go around the whole building, passing them out. And that's kind of where like I was just building relationships, because I was like, the kid in the mailroom with the headphones on, just walking around and like introducing myself to everybody. And that's kind of like just all the grunt work shit, bro. Just like, working in the mailroom. And then when I got hired at DefJam as an assistant, like, that's when it really started. The grind really started. Like I was a real deal assistant. Like I was grabbing coffee. I was, grabbing breakfast from my boss, printing out reports. Like that whole Diddy story of like getting cheesecake and shit. Like that was
So how long you was an assistant?
I was assistant for 2 years and 11 months.
Damn near 3 years.
Damn near 3 years. I was assistant for 3 years.
And then you moved up to what?
To a manager for like a year.
Like an artist manager?
No. I was a West Coast promotion manager.
So like what was you doing as West Coast promotion manager?
So so in the promotions department, just to kind of give you a little broad view of what that is. So promotions department, we mainly deal with like radio stations, concerts and tours, setting up interviews for artists, that whole thing, right? So as a West Coast manager, I oversaw all the radio stations on the West Coast up into like Phoenix, right? So I had California, Phoenix, Salt Lake City, Seattle, Hawaii. Like I was responsible for like all the radio stations, right? And when we have artists that come out to do, like if you're an artist, you on tour, you might want to stop and do interviews at radio stations, right? So I'm the person that's coordinating all of that, right? So that was kind of like my job to oversee all movement with like artists in my marketplace on the West Coast, right? And so in our department, there's a person on the West Coast, there's a person on the East Coast, and then we have a person that's in the South, and that covers and a person in the Midwest, right?
Yeah.
So that was kind of like my job, just making sure like whatever records we had, make sure they got played at certain radio stations, and any artists who were on tour or who just wanted to do a promo run and do interviews are orchestrated and make sure that all went smoothly.
Okay. So right now, currently, is that your job or you went up another step?
Yeah, so currently I'm a director of West Coast promotion and lifestyle marketing. Same thing. Only thing that's added now to what I do, which I actually enjoy a little bit more, is like cross branding, right? So what I mean by that is like I partner with a lot of different companies for like certain activations, right? Prime example that's in real time. This Friday, I'm working with the Grammy Museum. We put together a DefJam exhibit that'll be in the Grammy Museum in LA. That'll launch this Friday. And then Sunday, Coco Jones, I'm not sure if you're familiar, but she's an artist here signed to DefJam. Yeah. She's doing the national anthem at SoFi Stadium for the Los Angeles Rams versus Philadelphia Eagles game. And that's something that I had set up. So there's a lot of like sports, just cross branding, like getting artists involved with like different activations, events, lifestyle type of ordeal, and even like club appearances, right? So when I have artists that's in town, they normally want to go to the club, right? So I got to set up, they section bottles. If they performing, I got to, negotiate certain deals for certain like stuff like that. So yeah, it's a little bit more robust now, but it's more so lifestyle and events and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, we were just talking about. I just came. That's why I was kind of a little bit late. I was in a meeting with Rod D and a few more people, and Rod D had brought up about he was trying to book Coco Jones because he just brought Sexy Red. He do a lot of events, and he was like, "But she too damn high for me." And then
this price up there, bro. I ain't gonna even lie. That number up there. It was.
He said they told him 80.
Yeah, it's up there. It's up there, bro. I ain't gonna even lie to man. The price shot up, man. It was dope. I was with like Coco. I remember when Coco first got signed, and I just remember like being like a fan and meeting her and doing stuff with her before she like took off, before she had a hit record. And so now to see it evolve in a year, like this is literally like a whole year to where she's this superstar and like bagged and quadrupled. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like it's amazing to see.
So what's some of like, or who I seen you in a picture with a lot of different people? Who are some of like some notable people, whether artists or music execs that you work with, or currently working with, or work with in the past that people might be familiar with?
Oh, so you want me to name drop? Oh, Flex.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the biggest artists that DefJam has ever had. I mean, my personal favorite rapper, Kanye. You know what I'm saying? I worked with his project in 2019, the Jesus King project in Donda. I worked with Justin Bieber, obviously one of the biggest pop stars in the world. Rihanna recently for her last record that she came out last year. 2 Chainz, Jeezy, LL Cool J, Big Sean, Pusha T, YG. I work with YG a lot. yeah, I think that's kind of
So
I think that's a good list.
so when you say you work with them, are you working on a project? Or are you like, do you have meetings when you get to interact, like talk to them and that type of
Yeah, I mean,
aspect?
a little bit of both. A little bit of both. Like, so obviously, all those people I named, I worked on their projects. There's been some artists who I've worked with more on a personal interaction level, like YG. You know, because he's in LA, he's at sometimes like our biggest artist in LA that's on DefJam. So like every radio station interview, I'm there. It's actually, if you go to my Instagram, there's a video where he learned what my real name was, because everybody called me MJ, right?
Yeah.
And so if you go to my Instagram, there's a video of YG and Big Boy having an interview, and YG, that's the day YG learned what my full name was. But yeah, YG, I mean Jeezy, who's someone I've been honored to work with this year, and you know, for him to know who I am and rock with me, that's been kind of super dope for me. He just released a book this year, so I had did a lot of promo with him in LA while he's promoting his book. You know, Pusha T, I've done some things with. So like, you know, on a case to case basis, most of everyone I named, I worked on their projects, and at some point in time, I haven't like physically met.
Yeah. So what I sent you in the picture with Russell Simmons, and that's almost as big as it gets when it comes to hip hop and music, especially with Def Jam.
Yeah.
I know you probably ain't just friends with him because he ain't that type of person, and he lives in a whole different country. But you had the honor of meeting Russell Simmons. So what was that like?
Yeah, man. Listen, that was, if I had to, there's a lot of big moments that I could sum up in my career, bro, but that's definitely up there on the list, man. I met him, and we were at the Kanye and Drake Free Larry Hoover concert out
Okay.
here, right? And I remember like I just walking backstage, and my homie pointed him out. He's like, "Yo, is that Russell?" I was like, "Oh shit!" And I'm a fanboy of the industry, bro. So it's like I went up to him, introduced myself. I was like, "Y'all work at DefJam, bro. Like, you was a hero of mine." And he was just rocking with me, bro. And I was like, "Yo, man, like, just thank you for everything. Just laying the blueprint." And he was super cool, man. So he was like, yeah, you say, I think as far as execs, man, I met quite a few people, bro. But like on the exec side, man, I feel like you're right. It don't get no bigger than Russell.
It don't. I don't think it get no bigger than Russell, man.
Yeah.
When you moved to LA, was it like a struggle moment? Like, people talk about, I had to sleep in my car. I had to, was it like struggle moments when you was
Oh,
trying to?
of course, man. I've been struggling all my life up until like 2019. Yeah. I'm from Marianna, bro. You know that, bro. You haven't been to Marianna?
Yeah, plenty of time the mosquito tore my ass up.
Hold on. You broke. Hold on. You,
Can you hear me? Can you hear
yeah,
me?
man. So shit. You know that. Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I've been to Mariana,
Yeah,
man.
man. I'm from.
Them mosquitoes tore my ass up when I went to Mariana.
Man, listen, bro. I'm from Marianna, man. So I already know, man. But yeah, man. When I moved to LA, bro, it was definitely like an eye opener, bro. I only had like 500 to my name, and so you know you ain't gonna get far on 500. You know what I'm saying, in a new city, bro. So like I literally just kind of like, yeah, stayed in my car, lived out of my car for a little while. Shit, struggling to pay for gas, struggling to pay for food. That was like I didn't, when I moved to LA, I didn't go right into the industry. Like I worked at like a call center, worked at Target for a little while. Like, yeah, it was definitely like a 2 year straight grind,
So you said, fuck it, I'm finna go to LA with $500.
bro. And I only had and I spent 350 getting here.
So I mean, you had to believe in yourself, or just believe that it was gonna happen, or it was gonna work. You took a chance.
Man, I was just like, man, what else? I was like, what I got to lose? You know what I'm saying? I was
Yeah.
like, shit, what I got to lose, man? I was like, I couldn't live with my, cause you know how like I'm pretty sure you have the saying, like you have a personal passion for something, and you just like, yo, bro, I'm gonna do whatever it takes for it to make it work, and if it doesn't work, at least I know I tried.
You tried.
And
No.
at least that's how I looked at it. I was like, if it fails, that's cool, but at least I know I gave it my all, and I can live with myself.
Yeah, that's dope, man. That's some real inspiring shit right there, man. Um, so when you now what I'm finna say was so you been at Def Jam 8 years. How long you been at Def Jam?
I mean, DefJam. I just made 5 years in August.
5 years in August. So you
Yeah.
said that struggle time. What year was that? What year was that you moved to LA?
2016.
2016. It's 2023 now. So it took you a little second. You had to kind of like, yeah.
Yeah,
Uh
2 years, man, 2 years. But I mean, I always, I was making growth every year. That's how I kind of like. I feel like something is for you when you start like getting growth, man. So like when I first moved out here, just people that I was meeting, people that I was like talking to, was just like, "Yo, bro, like just keep at it." And I think when I got my internship at Atlantic, that's when I knew. I was like, I'm an intern. I'm in Atlantic Records, bro. I'm gonna make sure everybody in this building know who I am. And that's kind of was like my mentality, bro. Like I was annoying as hell. Like every single executive, bro. I think that's probably why some executives I rubbed the wrong way because I was like, "Yo, you good? You need anything, bro? Like, what up? You need some coffee? You need some papers printed? Like, I'm trying to get on, man. What you need, bro?" And some people thought, and one of the executives there, just kind of backtrack the story. The person that I actually was interning for, he was like one of the reasons that I got hired at Def Jam because like he put a word in for me, and he loved my passion and my hunger, and he really fucked with that.
Yeah. So what you think your next like what you want your next promotion to be like? What you want your next?
In a in a perfect world, bro, I think in a perfect world, bro, being vice president is ideal.
That's what you want your next skip to be.
Yeah, the vice president.
What
That's
about
the
what about in an imperfect world? What do you
and
what do you think the next one to be like in a perfect world? That's but what do you think like easily the next? I know that. So you saying the vice president, what you want, what you would like to see. Well, what you think the next one gonna be like? Say in the next year.
well, chronologically, the way it works in corporate America, it's like you go from like manager. Some places do senior manager. We do director. After director, chronologically, to be senior director, then they try to give you a senior director title, and then you'll probably do that for a year or two. And if you're good, you do vice president, and then after that is senior vice president, and after that is executive vice president, and after that, if you're lucky, if you can become a general manager, and then that's like number two of the label, and then shit, I could be CEO and president.
Yeah. So what where do A&Rs fit, or do A&Rs even still exist?
No, A&Rs exist, bro. Like a record label is like it's so many different departments at a record company. You have the promotion department, which is where I'm at. Obviously, you have marketing, you have the legal team, you have commerce, which is like your DSPs, your Spotify's, your Apple Musics, and then obviously you have A&Rs. I mean, A&Rs, or you have two. You have A&R creative and you have A&R admin. A&R creative, that's the people that obviously go out and sign artists and they work on albums and music. And our admins are the people who obviously like do all the paperwork. So, making sure all the publishing is right, the splits are right, and stuff like that, booking studio sessions, etc.
See, I feel like A&R, they go out and find talent. I feel like they don't exist no more because they just look on the internet and look at numbers and they go off of numbers type of shit.
Bro, all A&Rs are different. It's not like a one size, like every A&R don't have like a structured thing. Like you have A&Rs who strictly off numbers, and there are still like A&Rs who will literally sign artists with no type of motion, no type of momentum, and they really believe in their talent. Now, here's the thing with any A&R, when you sign an artist, you gotta, you putting your career on the line every time. And in my opinion, and it's just I think just the way I've seen things, like A&Rs have more misses than hits. You know what I'm saying? An A&R might in his time might sign 20 to 30 artists, but I only really be known for one or two.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But shit, all you need is one. You get you that one like superstar. Everything else don't even matter after that point. You get you one solid superstar. There's A&Rs who've literally only signed one notable artist in their whole career, but they can continue to get promoted in jobs because they signed that one notable artist and have relationships with that one notable artist.
Yeah. So like if somebody that's out here right now want to be in the music business, not being a rapper or a singer or whatever, but want to be like some type of in the business side of it, what steps would you tell them to take? Cause I know like my partner, DJ Star, he went online, he did the application online. I know people that like you just thugged it out. You just moved to LA and work your way from the mailroom. Like if somebody want to be in the music business right now, what's the proper way or the best way to be in the music business? To get like on like to work for DefJam or Atlantic or a major label.
Man, I get asked this question all the time. And I always say everybody's story is different in the way that they go about it, right? But there's not just one way, right? Like, yeah, I was an intern and I worked in the mailroom and worked my way through the ranks, which is obviously, a situation that I appreciated. But there's multiple ways, man. You can I would definitely say this. You could do it. There's a way you could do it where, like, for example, most people who are past the internship stage, right? I got an intern when I was like 20, 21, right? You know what I'm saying? So people who are mid 20s and 30s, I ain't willing to be nobody's intern or anything like that. So I say this, man, the best way is to, and it might sound cliche, man, working with an artist that you fuck with and being on an artist team is the greatest way to get inside of a building, right? For example, let's take you, bro. Like, you might know an artist that you're really, really cool with, and that artist takes off, right? And you with this artist, whatever, you're gonna be in these meetings, you're gonna be meeting people, right? And say this artist like really, is a big deal. People gonna say, yo, D Dirt, yo, bro, I know you working with this artist, but would you come over here and do A&R for us? Like, off top, bro, I know so many A&Rs who were just on an artist team, not even the manager, just on the team. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They wasn't even like the artist, like point manager. They was just on that artist team. Their artist was successful, and then record labels are looking for anything that is around that success. Yeah. So obviously, like, you can do that way. And then another way that people really don't think about, and I was like, I know someone who actually did this. Is like, bro, every major record company has jobs that have nothing to do with music that is so easy to get. For example, nigga, you could go be a security guard at a record company, figure it out from there. You could be a custodian. You could work in a motherfucking kitchen. You could work like all these different things like that just will get you in the building. Yeah. Like, I know a person who literally was a security guard and got hired at DefJam because she was able to network and build relationships.
Yeah, that's smart.
So, yeah, so like I said, there's so many ways, bro. But obviously, like, the key to all of this, the thing that joints it all together, bro, is just relationships. Just people knowing you and fucking with you and being in a position to give you an opportunity. You know what I'm saying?
And I think a part of that is people willing to put their pride to the side and willing to do the work and go and get the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? People be thinking that shit just gonna fall in their lap. They ain't willing to take the risk, take the chances, do the little work. You know what I'm saying? Go get the cheesecake for Diddy. You know what I'm saying? It's certain shit people don't want to do.
Yeah, man, listen, I'm very proud of myself to say, like, I personally myself, people like, yo, what you do for Arkansas? I personally, our coordinator at DefJam in my department is from Arkansas. I got him out of Little Rock. His name is Dallas Thomas. He used to work at Power. I think he was a DJ at Power 92. Mm-hmm. And I literally got him from Little Rock, and he moved to LA.
You said what is his position now?
He's a promotions coordinator. So when I got promoted the first time, he took my old position as an assistant and a coordinator.
So what made you did you just have a relationship with him, or he was like, hey man, could you help me out, get in a position? Like how did he get with you?
On some real shit. So check this out. So and this is I'm glad I'm doing this just to show people like, yo, how I do this shit. You be like, yo, damn, MJ really be putting on. My guy, I went to college, so I'm an alpha, right? Mm-hmm. So I got players at Euler, right? Mm-hmm. So I used to be a Philander all the time, right? Because Beta Chi, that's the alphas over there at Philander. I met a guy named Chris. He wasn't my Sans. He was like my pro fight from like a year prior, but he's at Philander. He ended up working at DefJam too, right? He's from Gary, Indiana, but I think he went to college in Little Rock, right? Mm-hmm. So we knew each other from college. He worked at DefJam too. He ended up getting a job. He worked for Dreamville now, but he was like, yo, I got my homie Dallas, who I knew in Little Rock, is looking for a gig. if you got any openings, like, let me know. I'm like, yo, bro, I just got promoted. Like, let me know. And off the rip, bro, I hired him because he was from Little Rock. That's real shit. I just hired him. I was like, I told my boss, I was like, I mean, he was obviously like, he had experience. He worked at radio. He, he was, he's Greek. He's a newt, but like, MPAC. I mean, he from Arkansas. I'm like, shit, it's a no-brainer for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, shit, if I got an opportunity to put someone in position that's from the town, like, yeah, I did. And I did the shit. And he's been at DefJam for like 2 years.
And that was gonna be like a question I had for you coming up, like as far as like I'm not sure if you know about the whole music movement that's going on in Arkansas. So we got a gazillion artists. I'm pretty sure what I'm saying a nice percentage of those are from Marianna. You know what I'm saying? So like,
bro, I gotta stop you. Cause I get this conception, and this is like another, like I get this misconception, bro. Like I'm not tapped in, bro. Not only am I aware of the music scene, bro, I've been aware of the music scene since I was a kid. Okay, bro. Like, new niggas know Lil Speedy. Like, niggas know Young Legend. Do niggas know Lil J? Do niggas know Southside Reggie? Do niggas
shit, that boy tapped in, man.
Do niggas know Lock Boys? And obviously, do niggas know Cat Daddy? Like, niggas, I've been tapped in since I was a kid, bro. And obviously in Marianna, we got T Stacks, we got Bell Fargo, we got Cash Riches. DJ Chambers, me and DJ Chambers, he lived in the next project building that I lived in.
Yeah, he hit me and asked about the tapping on the interview, but I couldn't put 3 people on at the same time. But the reason I asked you that was because like we got all these artists, these hungry artists here. Like, what do you think that you can do, or can you even do anything, or have you did anything to like because everybody always saying we need somebody, even though we had people in the industry like Freddie and we got YTB in the industry now, like how can you aid or assist in getting Arkansas artists in the movement? Like, you know what I'm saying, you aided and assisted with getting your boy the job, and you probably not help some other people we probably just don't know about.
Yeah, and this is what I'm doing right now. Like, this is me aiding it because I've always been like, obviously, like I said, I'm very tapped into the Arkansas music scene, and I'm very aware of all the conversations and the chatters, like, Arkansas music scene. I'm like, yo, bro, the Arkansas music scene is the biggest it's ever been. Mm-hmm. Like, you just named Bangaroo Freddie and YTB Fast, but obviously there's Ed Dolo, obviously, Zay HD.
Yeah, Mud Baby, and these guys got deal, yeah.
Yeah, and fucking, LG Malik. He's actually signed to them. He's actually signed to them.
Okay, I didn't know that.
A guy named Gunde Garcon, who's from Pine Bluff. He was signed to DefJam. And I mean, and then shit, the other day I saw Mac Royals. He's a singer, but he was on The Voice.
He was on The Voice, right?
Yeah. So I mean, bro, Arkansas music from when I was coming up, and you older than me, so you might know, bro. But it's just like, and I saw Cat Daddy's working in No Jumper now, bro. So it's like, the music scene in Arkansas is like kind of the biggest it's ever been as far as, I mean, the reality is everybody's not going to get an opportunity, right? But that doesn't mean like people are going to continue to like come in and funnel this stuff in. And I don't work in A&R, and I know artists come to me all the time, and I tell them like, yo, bro, I don't work in A&R. I don't have aspirations to work in A&R because, one, I don't like being in the studio all day. And then 2, like, I don't think I can tell who's a hot artist or not. Like, I know what I like, but I don't have the judgment to be like, oh, this artist is worth betting on. Yeah. Right. But I always say, bro, like, the best way for any artist, no matter where you're from, because the internet has brought us all together. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no matter where you're from, I think just having that motion and putting out that music and continuing to network and build and gain fans, bro. The fans tell us who's hot and who's popping. And here's the crazy part, Dirt. It only takes one song.
True.
It only takes one song. You should look back at the last couple of years. Who's hot right now? Sexy Red, one song. Pound Town. And then obviously dominoed into the Ski Yee record, right? Glorilla, F&F, right? It only takes one record. It don't take 15 mixtapes. And it don't take that, bro. You can put out a record there. You can record a record tonight, put it out tomorrow, bro. You the hottest thing in the world. They like, nigga, who D Dirt? Nigga, I said this record because we look at all that, bro. We look at, the A&Rs, they look at all the numbers, but they also, they tapped in, like, as far as, like, shows and marketplace. Like if someone comes to Arkansas, they gonna hear like, yo, who's the hottest thing in Arkansas?
The
And
streets
then
gonna tell them.
Conversation.
Yeah, the streets gonna let them know.
Yeah, the streets gonna let them know, man. And like you look at Bankroll Freddie, I think is a great example, bro, because like I think the Bankroll Freddie story is so fucking dope because he had the eyes on him with QC and P. This is obviously from the outside looking in. He had the eyes on him, right? But they didn't sign Bankroll until Drip Like This came out.
Yeah.
And Drip Like This took off, had 1 million views in one day.
Yeah.
Right. And then that dominoed, and obviously he put out a great body of work. And I mean, you saw like his success. I mean, so I tell any artist, bro, and this is like for anybody listening or however you repurpose this, bro, you just got to keep grinding and just know, bro, like all it takes is one record, and for the people to fuck with that one record, for it to gain traction and smoke, bro, people fuck with shit that's hot. You know what I'm saying? So once you get a record, even if you get a record deal, like, and I'm here to dispel any myth, bro. Just because you get a record deal and people sign you, do not mean you're gonna be successful, bro. I've been here 5 years. I've seen artists come and go, bro. I'm not lying. I've seen artists get signed, come and go.
You good? Yeah. Hey, so let me ask you this. I'm doing an interview. Y'all good though? Let me ask you this. All right. So you from Arkansas? I seen people in the comments, and I see people that know you, like that's from Arkansas. So why you? It seemed like, you know what I'm saying, you should have more notability, more and then you got that when people mention like people that's doing shit from Arkansas, like I think your name should come up more. You know what I'm saying? Why do you think that is not, like, is they keeping you a secret?
That keep me a secret, bro. I was the quiet kid, man. I mean, I'm not quiet in nature, but like I'm a quiet kid, bro. I wasn't in the streets or no shit. Like I was a schoolboy. I stayed in the house. Like, so I wasn't like out and about in the streets. I was in the house, bro. Like I was focused. Like I was locked in on music, bro. That's all I wanted to do. All I ever wanted to do in my life was be a part of music, bro. But I wasn't outside like that. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people that know me from the town, just who know me, just know like I was a backpacker. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't like in the streets. I wasn't outside like that. And I think a lot of people just don't know because, you know, I didn't start really broadcasting shit literally until like a few years ago. Right? Because someone was telling me like, yo, you gotta like, it's branding for myself. Like I gotta start branding what I do because that's like my resume in the industry. Right? And that's going to give me more opportunities and stuff. And people see that you're involved in certain projects with certain artists, that gets me certain interviews and certain opportunities for the future, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm able to do my job because my job comes with a lifestyle component. You know, people got to perceive me that I have, you know, I'm that nigga in a certain way, right? So that's kind of how, like, in the last couple of years, you probably see more of me because I realized that I got to do it for my career because I'm in the lifestyle aspect of it.
Okay. So speaking on Arkansas, what is it true? Like niggas always saying, yeah, man, the industry paying attention to Arkansas. They looking at Arkansas. It from your inside of the industry, are motherfuckers paying attention to Arkansas right now?
Boy, I've been in, bro. Yes, and they've been doing it, bro. I knew about Bankroll. I remember back in 2000, before Drip Like This came. I don't know if Drip Like This had just came out. And I remember vividly an A&R playing his record in their office, right? And I think but I knew, you know, I think we all kind of knew where he was going to go. So I kind of told him, I was like, yo, I think he's going to entertain that QC opportunity as he should, right? Because they kind of believed in him in the beginning. But, man, there's been many times, bro, like I've heard people from Arkansas name gets mentioned in certain rooms. You know what I'm saying? I've heard Freezer Boy. I don't know if you're familiar with Freezer Boy.
Man, come on, man.
Yeah, he had a record back in early called I think it was called
Borrow Your Bitch.
Yeah, and I was an intern at Atlantic, and that was like I heard his name get brought up in a conversation, and I was like, oh, I was like I don't know him, but I know of him. and I don't know. Obviously, I don't know what happened with that. I was like, I was just an intern. But I was just like, oh, like I know this record, you know, Barrio Bitch is like it's hot in Arkansas and shit. And I was like, all right, cool, bet. So I don't know what happened in that meeting if they ended up reaching out, but I remember hearing this song played in an office,
Yeah.
right? So there's been many times, bro, where like, I hear people shit played in the office, man. But yeah, man, people are tapped in because people are tapped in all over. Like I said, because of the internet, bro. If you got any traction, bro. Like people all, and not just in my company, but every company, they tapped into what's popping, bro. And that's their job to know what's hot.
Right.
So yeah, man. To answer your question, bro, people are looking at Arkansas, bro, and they don't think about it like I'm looking at Arkansas. They just think about it. We looking at what's hot.
Yeah.
If you in that conversation of what's hot, people looking at it.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So as we close to the end of this interview, man, right now we at 50 years of hip hop, right? Even though you ain't old enough to, remember the first 20 years probably, but I seen you at the White House
Yeah.
celebrating the 50 years of hip hop. First off, tell me what that was like, you making it all the way from Marianna, Arkansas to the White House.
Oh man, it was fucking dope, man. I do remember 20 years of hip hop. Oh, not you said 20 years.
No,
Hip hop
no.
was just 20.
50, nigga.
No. I know we said we 50, but I thought you said like, do I remember like the first 20 years?
Yeah, the first 20. I mean, in the 70s and the 80s.
Oh no! I don't remember that shit. No. But no, it was dope, man. Vice President Kamala Harris had a 50-year celebration at her house. She had like Lil Wayne, Slick Rick, Jeezy, Fat Joe, Remy Ma, Lil Wayne closed it. That was fucking phenomenal, man. It was just dope, man. Cause like I said, I've been a hip hop fan since a baby, bro. Like my first hip hop song I ever heard was Tupac's California Love, bro. Like he was my first, like Tupac was my first like favorite rapper, right? So like ever since that moment, bro, like I was bit by the bug, but it was super dope, man. I've been all this year, bro. I've been like in celebration mode, man. Like this hip hop shit mean the world to me, and so like I was at the Grammys this year where they threw a 50-year melody at the Grammys, which was really fucking dope. I did a fashion honored the 50 years of hip hop fashion. So man, it's been like to be 50 years, bro, and to see how much has evolved, and to say I'm a part of fraction, like I played a very fraction in the 50 years, bro, is like phenomenal. And I got the opportunity to work with like a lot of our like hip hop legends, like LL and Public Enemy, like just a lot of our like golden fathers of hip hop, man. So it's been great.
That's dope. And shout out to Dunn Damn Key in the comments. He said, "Damn, he young. You ain't what is you? What 29? How old are you?"
I'll be 30 next month, bro. Lord's willing.
Yeah. He young, bro. He done made his way to the top and going further. He said he gonna be the president of DefJam next.
That's the goal, man. That's the goal, man. We should all have high aspirations, man.
Yeah.
That's the goal, man. So listen, bro, like Arkansas music scene is in a great place, man. I don't want no one else to think differently, bro. Like it's in a phenomenal place, man. Because I remember coming up, bro, and like I said, I remember when Lil Speedy went to 106 and Park through the Hammerhead. I was memorized by that shit. I was like, yo, bro.
That nigga made it. We thought that nigga made it.
Yeah, man. I was just like, oh shit. And I remember when Young Legend, who's from Ford City, went to 106 and Park. Like that was just going to 106 and Park was the aspiration, bro. We just wanted to go to 106 and Park, bro. So I mean, like I said, I've been a big fan of the Arkansas music scene, bro. And I think it's in a great place. Obviously, there's a lot more to grow. There's a lot more people that need to get opportunities. But I think it's in a phenomenal place, man.
Hey, what you think they need to do just as far as in the Arkansas music scene? Give them some advice right quick.
Man, bro, I just think, bro, you just gotta obviously like to continue to build that fan base. That at the end of the day, bro, that's what it's all about, is continuing to build that fan base, man. Like every day, figure out ways to gain fans, man. And I think the best way to do that is with the music and with the branding and just give it back to the community, bro. But like building those fans online and getting people to fuck with your movement is everything. Like I know a lot of people think like, oh, let's link up with other artists. Yes, obviously, you should link up with other artists to gain other fans, right? So it's like, yo, you got 500 fans, I got 500 fans. I'm gonna introduce you to my 500. You introduce me to your 500. Now I got maybe like a 750 fans that rock with me now, right?
Yeah.
So continuing to build that fan base, and also, I tell people all the time, bro, like it ain't just about the music anymore. It's about the brand and your social media presence, the content. You know what I'm saying? Like, so just building that momentum and that story of who you are, bro. It's all about the story and getting people to rock with you and your movement.
So you saying like what you just said just then, like what you think about the state of hip hop right now? Because it's almost like it ain't about hip hop no more. It's more so about social media and the artist and the story behind the artist. It ain't about the music no more.
I think you hit it on the hit on the nail with the hammer, bro. Social media has made it so where like we're more involved in the artist's personal life than they are about the music. The music is in some places just comes secondary to everything else. You know what I'm saying? Like you put out a song, and no one hears it, but if you get into a fight at a skating ring, everybody talking about it,
Yeah.
right? So you got a hit of a moment, but you ain't got a hit record. You know what I'm saying? So and I think to me a hit record is when the two happen at the same time. You have a song that is the soundtrack of a moment, right? So if you think about like a lot of the greatest, some of the like best hit records that's come out, it was the soundtrack of a moment, right? And TikTok has kind of accelerated that to where it's like, this sound bite, this piece of a song, we taking that and we putting it in. Everybody across the world has access to that sound bite or that 30 seconds, and that's what made it a hit, right?
Yeah.
So I think, yes, music is a secondary piece, but it's also the most important piece because it starts with the music. It all goes back to the music because we make money off of music. We don't make money off of your incidents. We make money off the music. So that's still the most important part. But obviously, like everything else has getting more visible because of the social media era that we're in.
For sure. Last couple questions, then we got Sauce or the Toss that coming up. And any artists out there y'all want to get y'all music played tonight, man, y'all get ready to send it in. You never know, man. MJ, Mike Jackson, man, he might be listening. You know what I'm saying? He might put in a good word for y'all. So y'all make sure y'all sending y'all best shit tonight. You never know. Your goal list. I sent you had a goal list, so I know you said one of your goals is you trying to be VP Def Jam. But I seen on your goal list you said start. Did it say start a label and buy a radio station?
Damn, you been tapped in, huh? I put that on the story. Yeah, man. I wrote that when I was in college. That was like something that I wanted to do. I wanted to like buy just radio stations and when I mean my radio stations, I'm actually more so referring to like internet radio where like have your own channel, like the way Drake has OVO radio and like stuff like that, to where I could like curate like certain music that I really like that I think people should be checking into. So like that's kind of that. And then starting a record label, that was initially the goal. I more so now want to start a creative production company, which is something that I've kind of thought of in a way of merging music, innovation, and community. So it's like creating installations, creating activations, and things like that. So that's kind of more of what I'm looking into now, is creating a creative production company.
So how far are you away from implement either of those steps as far as the radio station? The radio station that's pretty much easy. Even the FM part, I've been looking into some FM shit. You know what I'm saying? But how far away are you from taking a step toward doing those things?
The creative production company, I've been taking a step. Everything that I do with DefJam is to build a portfolio in order to really get the capital to launch that, right? So like, me doing a fashion show this year, me doing the exhibit for the Grammy Museum, just all of these different like lifestyle activations. I'm building it to build a portfolio that I can get an investment or capital that allows me to create the creative production company. Because what the idea with that is like me partnering with other record companies, other artists, and like bringing out their visions and making them more broader, right? So like what I've learned just kind of being in record companies, like marketing departments have limited capabilities, right? They can only do so much because of budget and like timing and rollout. But it's like I'm like a third party. It's like you might have this fly ass idea to do something that's like hella robust, right? For prime example of what I'm referring to is like, do you remember when 2 Chainz did the Pink Trap House?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Or when Biggie and P. Diddy did the Big Mac concept, or when Kanye had like the projector on all of those different screens, right? I want to be the company that produces that for all artists, right? Who might not have major budgets to do it. And I'm figuring out a way to do that through my company and figuring out ways to obviously pay for it through investments and sponsorships. But I want to be able to create those creative cultural moments that everybody talks about, right? So I'm working on one for next year that I think if it goes well, it's a concept, and if it goes well, it's going to be the great catalyst to start my company.
Okay. That's dope. Put your Instagram out there, man. Where they can find you at.
Oh yeah, it's at MikeJack12, MICJACK12. Hit me on the ground. I mean, like I said, to be honest with you, Dirk, I do check out people music, bro. Like I'm not gonna lie, just because I'm a fan, and I mean, there's be shit that I listen to that I'm like, yo, this shit's good. But see, the thing about it is, bro, like you gotta be respectful. Like if you send music, just obviously just be respectful. Like, yo, check it out when you get a chance. Don't be like, yo, sign me. Like, what, nigga?
Hey, nigga, just put a link in your inbox. Talking about click play, motherfucker.
Yeah, like just be nice. I be checking it out, man. Like I said, I don't want to think people like I have the access to sign people. But I mean, listen, there are things that come up like it's on my radar, and if it's on my radar, and if it ever comes up in a meeting or I hear, because like I said, I'm tapped in, so if something ever comes in my radar, I'm aware of it, and if it blows up or becomes like a thing, then I will actually put flames on it. And I've done that before. I've done that to where like, I'm not gonna say, I ain't gonna say no names because I don't want people to be like, yo, what? I don't want to do all that. But there's been people who I've heard names come up, and I'm just like, yo, this person sent me their shit. You should definitely check it out. I think it could possibly be something. Let you know, and I leave it there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. I don't like you must sign this. It's like I will fan the flames. I will fan the flames a little bit. You know what I'm saying, and that's my biggest thing, man. But like Arkansas music scene, bro, I think it's in a great place. Honored to be on this, man. Thank you so much, bro, for allowing me on your platform. I think this right here is a great incubator for all artists. And I saw you had fucking boy from Martin. What's his name? Cole, right?
Yeah, Carl Payne, Cole.
Yeah, Cole, man. So shit, man. Shout out to you, man. I mean, you had Glorilla on here, man.
Yeah. Now we had Mike Jackson on here, man.
Now you got me, man. And I think this is a great platform. This is a great bridge, bro. Like, keep doing your thing. I think this is a great bridge from Arkansas to other big, to other entities and shit outside of Arkansas, man. So I think this is a great, phenomenal platform that you got, man. And I've been a fan of yours for a while, bro. Like, I remember when you did those studios. I don't know if that's still a thing you be doing, but I've been tapped in for a minute, man. People think I live on the rock.
Hey, you know a little something.
Man, listen, bro. It's no way you live in Arkansas and you don't. Or at least for me, because like I live this shit. It's no way that I couldn't. I don't know who's who or what's what. Like I'm very tapped into who's who and what's what, just because I feel like I need to be aware of it, bro. It's my culture, bro. So like, I've been very tapped in from a youngin, like since a kid, man. Like I said, I remember Southside Reggie when that shit came out, and like I was like, yo, this shit's so hard, bro. And like I just remember Lock Boys when I went to college, man, and like Lock Boys was like, I don't know if you remember with Lock Boys, but
yeah, man, they're my partners.
Oh yeah, man, them niggas are so dope, man. And then obviously in my hometown, man, like you said, you play T Stack shit, man, and those guys like T Stacks and Vale and Cash and Young Tech, like those dudes are so fucking dope and talented, man. I've been a fan of all of those guys, man, and I think Vale and Cash are kind of like the Migos before the Migos, man. Them niggas was just so creative. And I've been a fan of all these guys, man. So like I'm a fan, bro. Like I'm just an industry fanboy, bro.
Hey man, hey, big salute, famo, big salute. Shout out to everybody who tapped in. Don Damn Key in the comments, Grammy nominated producer Don Damn Key. He from Arkansas. He your frat brother too, man. He got some Grammy nominations on his belt. He a dope producer. My guy Frank Burton is the station manager in the comments saying, tell him about the app. Hey man, everybody, man, the real underground. We do got an app. We stream music all day, every day, 24/7. It's like the hood Pandora. If you ain't got the app, you need to be slapped. No cap, you did. So go download the app. It's free on iPhone, Android phone, Obama phones, whatever kind of a rotary phone. You just download the app. It's free. It don't take up no space, and it play music all day, every day. You did. You got any shots out, man?
Shouts out. Oh man, shout out to everybody that's Arkansas that's doing their thing, man. Obviously, like for me personally, I gotta get my boy Young Tut. Everybody know him as Lil Tay, man. We grew up together. He's like somebody I've been close with. You know, DJ Chambers, you know, who got the juice. I think it's a great platform, man. Shout out to just, I mean, man, so many people, man. Cat Daddy and Vale and Cash and T Stacks and shit, Bankroll Freddie and Dolo, man. Like I see like all the people from Arkansas, bro, that's like real deal doing a thing, bro. It's so amazing to see, man. Southside Ridge and that. That's my shit, man.
That's what we finna go out with, man.
Yeah.
Hey man, that's how we do it, man. From Tuesday to Tuesday, man. Our people superb, man. Shout out to Micheal Jackson, man. Everybody go follow him on Facebook, Instagram, all that shit. It's the real underground. We in the street sauce of the toss it up next, man. Fool with us if you cool with us. Appreciate it, big dog.
No, bro.
Hey, shout out to our sponsor, man. Dizzle Alcohol, Dizzle Liquor, man. We in 62 stores in Arkansas.
To the club, kicking the wheel and pills and dog. The trip gon' do the trill, and the frost gon' do the fast. Then I'm on the two-way with every move that I made. Long in the stock and pick me up when I was walking. Little mama thought I wrote polo shirt, that's what she bought me.
Hold up. Mike Jack, you still there? Hold on. Mike Jack, you still there? Hold on. My boy just walked in. My boy just walked in the building, right? My frat brother, VJ. I pledged him at Eula, and they came up here to fool with me on the real underground. He said, "I know Mike Jack. I went to Eula with him. I had to bring you back on the air just cause he just said that when I was finna go off the air. You know, VJ."
Yeah, VJ, it's the replay. Yeah, that was my nigga.
Yeah, look, he ain't here right now.
VJ, what up, nigga? What up, VJ?
Yeah.
DJ Cash over at Spade TV, man. Them my niggas in college, bro.
Yeah. I just had to bring you back up there, man. He was in here now. He come up here to fuck with us for Sauce of the Toss.
Oh, for sure, man. Listen, bro, I appreciate you having me on here, bro. I'm gonna stay tapped in.
All right, bro. We out.